Oh my god. I would just like to apologize for the atrocity that is the lighting situation. I live in the darkest room known to man, so I can't even describe how intense this lighting setup is, but it's like 10 degrees hotter in this room because of it, and it doesn't even look that good, but you know, we're doing what we can do. I have been gone for about a year. I feel like an entirely new human being. So hello again. My name is Nat, and I like movies and shows and art in general, and I'm going to talk about it today, when I eventually get over myself being in front of the camera again. I have a very nuanced relationship with my creative self. I am a perfectionist. I'm very hard on myself, and I often deter myself from doing the things that I really love because of it. When I started making film videos, I loved doing it. I never stopped loving doing it. Life just kind of got in the way, so I don't know. I would like to get back to it. Today I'm here to talk to you about a show called Devs. What originally drew me to it was Nick Offerman. I am the world's biggest Parks and Rec fan. I love Nick Offerman to pieces, so anything he's in, I will definitely give it a watch. It is by the director of Ex Machina, Annihilation, 28 Days Later. This man's done lots of stuff. I am not that big of a sci-fi fan, but because of Nick Offerman, I was like, I'm gonna at least give this show a watch. And the first episode was shocking. I'm definitely going to spoil the show in this video, so if you want to watch the show and you haven't seen it yet, you probably shouldn't watch this video. Also, I just realized I have this dope-ass light, and I'm going to turn it on. Alright, that adds a little something. Upon first episode, I was drawn in by the traumatic event that happens like midway through the first episode, which is Lily, the main character, her boyfriend gets murdered. After that, we watch the next episode, like, enthralled. Really, episodes 2 through 6 were barely anything. I feel like this show should have been better than it was. It definitely had good things going for it. The concept is definitely interesting. It deals with quantum physics and time and being able to see into the past and see into the future and predictability of events, basically. My main issue with Devs by far was just the performances given. I'm not entirely sure if it's 100% the actor's fault that the performances were so flat all around. I feel like the dialogue didn't give them that much to go off of. I just don't know why all of the characters are so fucking dry. The driest of all is the main character, Lily. The actress who played Lily Chan, I don't know. I'm not saying she's a bad actress, but I'm like, how can you possibly make this character more boring?
I was completely in love with you. And I thought you were in love with me. I don't hear from you. For 2 years.
I'm sorry. Earlier today, I watched Sergei burn himself to death.
It's a single phone call to the police or the FBI.
You're not thinking it through. So kill me. Not get angry, not threaten to sue. Kill me.
Because she has absolutely no personality or like no emotion, barely any emotion. You do see her break down when she finds out her boyfriend is dead, and there are a few other times in the series where she is a little emotional. But for all of the shit that she goes through the entire series, you would think that she would be a lot more like up in arms about it. I don't know. Because she is just so flat, there's no reason to like her. There's no reason to be emotionally invested in the show. None of the characters give you any sort of relatable feeling. I feel like relatability is one of the most important factors in any form of media. That's why we consume art. It's because it speaks to us, or because we can see ourselves in it. And Devs didn't have any of that going for it. There were relationships they tried to build up, like the relationship between Sergei and Lily, but we only got to see them in a relationship for maybe a quarter of an episode. And then there was Lily's relationship with her ex Jamie, and when he dies, I'm like kind of upset about it, but not really, because I didn't really know him or Lily or their relationship. If Devs would have taken the time to focus on the characters and their feelings, their personalities, their emotions, their relationships more, it would have been so much more of a well-rounded show. I don't really know what kept me watching the show. I mean, I haven't really seen anybody else talking about this show. The reviews I read on Google, everybody seemed to like it, and I just don't understand, like, what is there to like? It's just a nothing show. I would say the best performance was Nick Offerman's. He is also pretty subdued in the show, but I feel like he did well. I'm just confused as to why this show was not very great. I like FX. I would feel that a well-regarded director such as Alex Garland would have an interesting take on a miniseries, but it just didn't really happen. It's like I'm angry at it, but also not that much, because I just don't care about it that much. Another thing that I felt lended itself to the show being kind of lackluster was the pacing. It was an incredibly slow show the entire way, with these like long drone shots of the campus of Amaya and just like characters uttering 2 sentences in a scene. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a lot of things that didn't come together. Besides the concept, I really don't feel like there's much going for it. I mean, it's nicely shot, it looks good, the score is like kind of spooky and interesting. I feel like they really were banking on Nick Offerman being a part of the show to get people to watch it. I will say, as a Nick Offerman fan, this is definitely unlike anything he's done before. It's fun to see him in a new role, so unlike Ron Swanson, who is like his most popular character he's played. Other than that, there's not really a reason for someone like me who is not into sci-fi to watch this show. I would also say the man who played Stuart, who was also the pastor in Lady Bird, he did well. I liked his character. And also Kaylee Spaney, I have never seen her in anything else. I think this is one of her first roles, but she played Lyndon. Looked so believable as a young boy that I did not know that she was a female actress until like 6 episodes in. I enjoyed her as Lyndon. I think she did a good job. The show isn't outrageously bad. It's definitely well thought out. I mean, the concept is pretty dense, and I will admit that I don't even fully understand it having finished the show now. It just doesn't give you anything to be excited about. Doesn't give you a character to root for, doesn't give you anything to grasp onto. That is my problem with Devs. I would say it's like a 6 out of 10 for me. Maybe like a 5. I just feel like there should be some sort of emotion when you finish a show, whether that's like satisfaction or some sort of cliffhanger that leaves you like stressed or tense or sad, just something to keep you invested. And I'm not sure if Devs is a standalone 8-episode series. I think it's just a mini series and there isn't a plan for a second season, but if there is a second season, I certainly won't be watching it. They throw in a mystery woman at the end, which I guess is sort of a lead up to a second season, if that was to happen. But like I said, the feeling I felt throughout the entire show just doesn't leave me wanting to see more. I would really love to know if anybody else has watched Devs, whether you started it or finished it all the way through. I just really want to know your thoughts because, like I said, I haven't seen anybody on YouTube talking about it yet. To my knowledge, at least. I felt very meh about it. I watched it with my partner and he fucking hated it. He hated Lily so much that he could barely stand to get through the show. I don't feel quite as strongly as he did, but yeah, I can see why he hated it. It kind of felt like a waste of time overall. Did anybody else hate it? Did anybody else feel meh about it? Did you love it? Why did you love it? I really want to know. I guess this is my return to YouTube. Well, I guess I shouldn't really say that because, like, do I want to hold myself to that standard? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm definitely very nervous filming this video. I feel like nothing I wanted to say came across in a way that I wanted to say it. I have a video essay in the works. We'll see if it makes it onto this platform. I sure hope it does. I don't necessarily want to limit this channel to just film itself. I definitely want to talk about TV. The video essay I've planned is about a TV show. And I also am a musician. I feel weird calling myself that. There might be music related videos on this channel as well, or just like whatever the fuck I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. I'm not really sure if this is my complete return to YouTube. We'll see if this works. I hope it does.